What is cold calling? Does it really work? Today, we're going to be looking at mastering cold calling. And I'm very excited about this topic because it's something we have done practically with our clients. We've had people in some of our training sessions, we introduced something that was really prolific, where after the training session, we'll have the team sit together and make cold calls, all in the same room. Some people say things like, wow, I want to make a cold call. I want to step out. We tell them, no, your phones today are intelligent enough to know how to extract only your voice in the midst of other people. So I'll tell them, maybe about 30 of them, I'll say, let's all sit together. We come together, we put together a script, and everybody starts to call. When we run this session, everyone in the room is able to book at least 4 meetings within an hour, 30 minutes. If not everyone, at least about 80 to 90% of them, you're able to book at least 4 meetings within an hour, 30 minutes. So if you spend an hour, 30 minutes every day applying the things I'm going to share with you right now, you'll find out that you'll be able to book meetings with new prospects, new clients, people who you don't even know, who are not even in your world. Then you will notice that you have a jump in your sales and your finances as well. So cold calling is cold outreaching, reaching out to people who don't know you. When you do prospecting, a lot of times we start with people who know us. Then we want to bank on that for referrals and new opportunities. When we've exhausted that, which can take years in some cases. When we've exhausted these opportunities, we want to now move to people who don't know us. So cold calling is reaching out to people who don't know you at all. And it's so wonderful because, based on how you grew up, based on who you met growing up, there are certain people who may not be in your world at all. They may be so far from your world. But through cold calling, you're able to reach those people and do business with them. Now, does it really work? Yes, cold calling really works. It really works because I've seen it work so many times. Sometimes I run MPRs, monthly performance review, for some clients in their offices. And when we run these monthly performance reviews, because they put us on a retainer to work with their sales team, I see cases where I'm looking at a salesperson and I'm like, wow, you just closed this deal. Interesting. How did you get these clients? And they say, cold calling. I'm like, whoa, how did you get these clients? Cold calling. Several times. And when they come forward and they say, how did you get this? And they say they got it through cold calling. I now ask, where did you get the list from? You see, because the power of the cold call is in the list. Where did you get the list from? So cold calling works. And so someone says, okay, but where do we get the names from? Where do we get the list from? There are 2 types of lists in cold calling. There's a list you get, which is a general list, meaning you don't even know the source of the list. It's just a set of numbers. Whatever way you got it, all you just know is that a set of names and phone numbers. And when you call them, you don't know their sources, you don't know anything about them, but you want to sift through and make these calls. That's one type of list. The second type of list in cold calling is a list where you know the source. Maybe you have a contact somewhere and the person says, oh, I have a list of these people. These are the people on this list. They could be politicians, they could be bankers, they could be oil and gas professionals, MDs of a certain industry, whatever. When you have this list, ladies and gentlemen, the cold call approach will be slightly different because at least now you know the source of this list. And based on that, you can be able to take advantage of this information to be able to cold call effectively. So I'm going to give you a few tips for effective cold calling. A few tips right now. My first point is this. Actually, I took some notes so it can be easy for me to give it to you in a systematic order. The first point to cold call effectively is this. Number one, have realistic expectations. Have realistic expectations. There are people who, when they want to learn about cold calling, their strategy or their plan is to cold call 200 people and get 200 people to agree to do business with them. And I'm like, no, that's not realistic. If getting a list of 200 people and calling 200 people will give you 200 opportunities, then you will have a problem. Why? Because it will mean that it is so easy for anybody else to get that list and call too, and will also get 200 opportunities. Then the opportunities will no longer be opportunities because the strength of an opportunity is not in its abundance. The strength of an opportunity is in its scarcity. It's like imagine if you were walking on the street and you were seeing gold on the surface of the floor. If we're seeing gold on the floor, and that means everybody was seeing it. It's no longer precious. The what makes gold, diamonds, these minerals precious is their scarcity. Is the fact that you have to dig, mine to find them. That's what makes them precious. So what makes the prospects from cold calling precious is the fact that they are hidden in the list. So you see a list of maybe 1,000 people. On a list of 1,000 people, probably there may be about 100 where you could get opportunities, or maybe even less, 80, 50, who knows, where you could get opportunities. Could there be more? Yes. Could you get a list of 1,000 people and have 400 opportunities? Yes, it's possible. But for most times, it doesn't work like that. So you won't have realistic expectations. The plan is not that when you get on the phone with 100 people or 200 people, everybody will be positive to you, they'll be responding to you. No. There are people, there are many factors that make people want to listen to you when you call them on the phone. Several factors. For example, if you called someone and the person was in the market for that product or service at that time, and it was something that's something they desire and they need urgently, fantastic. It's easier for them to accept to engage you. Or you get on the call with someone and this person received a windfall, a huge inflow that he or she wasn't expecting. And has been wondering, what do I do? What do I do with it? What do I do with it now? And you get on the phone with the person, and the person realizes that, wow, there's an opportunity here for me to actually do something with my money the right way. And the person may decide to take action. There could also be another opportunity. The person just felt, oh, I wanted to talk to someone. Then maybe because you called at the right time, the person felt, wow, I like the way you sound. Okay, no problem. Let's have a meeting. I just want to do business with you. So there are many factors that could work in your favor that could make somebody respond to you. However, also know that there are many other factors that could not also work in your favor. The person you're calling may be in a meeting. The person you're calling may be driving. The person you're calling may say things like, "Oh, I don't talk to people who I don't know." There are many factors that may not work in your favor as well. But the point is, you have it 50-50. The opportunity is equal, like the challenge. So it's not like one is above the other. So you just have realistic expectations and understand that this is just a strategy for you to be able to expand your opportunities. And like I've told you, we've seen it work too many times. People saying things like, oh, I closed this amount of money, I made this amount of money, and I'm like, where did you get this from? They said cold calling, cold calling, cold calling. So it works and it works well. I, as an individual, a lot of our businesses that we get as well, cold outreaches, people who don't even know us, we get to speak with them and they say things like, oh, you've done this, okay, let's see what we can do. But it will take some sieving through. The fact that, in fact, the beauty of cold calling is that if you do it the way I'm going to show you right now, because it's not easy to just get on the phone with someone, get the appointment and close immediately. Because it requires some effort, that is what now gives you the greatest opportunity. Because people who are not ready to do the work, who are not ready to dig, who are not ready to label and get these people, you will have sieved them out immediately. So you have it on a platter of gold for you. Now, when you cold call, the goal, I said number one, have realistic expectations. Number two, the goal isn't to sell over the phone. The goal is to book an appointment. Now, you can't get on a cold call with someone and next thing you start saying, uh, this is why I'm calling. You start to tell the person about all the features, all the benefits. When it's not like the person is going to pay on the phone. Because the person is not going to pay on the phone, there's no need trying to engage and tell the person about everything you're going to be doing over the phone because he can't pay over the phone. It's not like you talk to the person about your property or about your insurance service or about your IT solution and the person will say, all right, no problem. Let me go ahead and let me credit right now. No, he may not even be the final decision maker. And you may not be able to determine that over the phone. You may not even know his financial capacity. And you may not be able to determine that over the phone. So that's why you want to focus on trying to get an appointment. So you should have a calendar in front of you when you're trying to cold call because you want to make sure that you're able to give him a date immediately. 2 dates, like I always tell you, 2 dates, 2 days, maybe tomorrow, Friday, or next week, Wednesday. 2 days. So he can pick whichever one you make available to him. Then you should have a call plan. A call plan is like a sheet that has the days of the week, Monday to Friday, then have the times of the day. The days of the week on the x-axis, times of the day on the y-axis, something like that. Then In front of each time, you can now have set up the time in such a way that 9 a.m. first meeting, 12 noon second meeting, 3 p.m. third meeting, maybe 4 p.m. fourth meeting, something of that nature. But you can retweak it. It can be maybe 9, 12, 1, 3, something like that. So have the time slots where you want to give him a time frame for the meeting, so that you can then be able to follow through and go for the meetings. Now, so the goal isn't to sell over the phone, but to book an appointment, to have a calendar where you can be able to slot in the appointments immediately. Now, when you're making cold calls, manage your energy. Manage your energy. Why are you trying to manage your energy? Because cold calling is rejection receiving. People are going to be telling you all sorts. Oh, go away. How did you get my number? I'm going to show you how to handle all that. Don't call me again. Or the person may say, I'm not interested. Oh, I can't just meet with you. I don't know you. They could say all kinds of things. One of the things you can do to manage your energy is make sure that when you're doing cold calling, don't cold call and stop. Don't cold call and go to social media, go to WhatsApp, go to Instagram. No. When you're cold calling, do it back to back, non-stop, back to back. That means you get on the phone, you dial the number. Different organizations have different systems that make them work. Some of them, they have a dialer. You just click the number dials. For some, you have to do it manually. So you type the number, dial. If it says switch off, move to the next number. If it says not reachable, move to the next number. If it picks, you use your scripts to engage the prospects. So apart from the call plan that's in front of you, the scripts needs to be in front of you as well. So manage your energy. Don't interrupt the flow, because if you interrupt the flow, you would experience diminishing returns. You want to make sure that the more you do a particular activity consistently, the easier it becomes, the faster it becomes, the more effective it becomes, the more productive it becomes. And that's why I'm telling you, just keep making calls back to back. Number 4, all you need to do is get at least 4 meetings every day. At least 4 meetings. That's the goal. The goal is not for people to sound nice or people to agree to pay you. Just agree for them to meet with you. Now, somebody says, Yuri, but what if I agree for them to meet with me and I get there and I realize that it was just a waste of my time? That's why I said 4 meetings. Because if you book at least 4 meetings and your goal is to have at least 4 meetings per day, think about it. I want to have 4 meetings in the same location. So it's not as if you're going to book the meeting in such a way that you have your first meeting in mainland, second meeting, Ikoyi, third meeting, Shangotedo, fourth meeting, Festac. No. I want to book all my meetings. When I call, I want to schedule all my meetings in the same location. Mainland, Monday, all my meetings. Ikoyi, maybe Tuesday, all my meetings. So if I get on the phone with you and I realize that, and you are willing to meet with me, and I confirm your location, and you tell me your location is mainland, I will schedule you for one of the days of the week, maybe Monday. At the top of Monday on my call plan, I'll write mainland today, maybe Opwebi. And every other person I engage, who is from the mainland, I'll schedule you under Monday. When I get on the phone with you, I'll tell you, I'm already scheduled to come and meet some clients in Opwebi on Monday. Would you be available for me to come around on Monday? He says, well, I'm not available on Monday. Okay, then let me schedule you for maybe Thursday. This means that on your call plan right now, you will have 2 mainlands. You have Monday and you would have Thursday. Then you can schedule other days for other locations. That's outside of the mainland. What if the person now says, no, I won't like Thursday. Just imagine you've already booked meetings for Monday mainland, Thursday mainland, and somebody else says he wants Friday mainland. Move the person to upper week because you want to have slots for other days. Now, any cold call you make, right? Any meeting you book this week, every meeting you book should not be booked for this week. It should be booked so you can attend the meeting next week, the next week, so that when you enter the next week, you have meetings scheduled back to back. And just so you know, when you're about to go for those meetings, don't call the client back to reschedule the meeting or to confirm if he's available. Calling a prospect back to confirm if they are available for a meeting is giving them a license to cancel the meeting. So don't say things like, I wanted to be sure so I don't waste fuel to go all the way there. That's the reason why we are telling you, book the meetings in a single location. Because if you book meetings in a single location, you'll be spending money only to get to maybe VI. When you get to VI, you won't spend much to move within VI. Now, after going for those 4 meetings, if you went for those 4 meetings and you notice that, these 4 meetings, none of the people I've engaged are qualified to do business with me, there are still opportunities there because you've entered a new world. Number 1, the people you've met, they can have people who they can refer you to. And that's why you want to dress well, you want to present yourself excellently so that they can trust you and like you once they meet you. If you build rapport with them, it even makes it more beautiful. So people you've met, you may have people they can refer you to. Number two, are you aware that if you went to maybe number 40 at Diola Deco, your next meeting was maybe number 55, Amadou Bello Way. After you're done with number 40 at Diola Deco, do you know that you can walk into number 41 at Diola Deco and start an engagement? You can enter the next streets. Now, please, just in case you're not listening from Nigeria, all the streets I'm calling, there are locations within Lagos here, please. Just in case you're listening and you're wondering, where's Adiola Odeko, where's Amadou Bello? These are just streets within Lagos here. So you move to the next house or next building or next office to engage the prospect. If it's a multi-story building, if you're maybe on the 7th floor, move to the 8th floor or go to the 6th floor to engage immediately after the meeting. And you will have enough time because remember, you've set up the schedule of your meetings in such a way that first meeting 9 o'clock, next meeting 12 o'clock, next meeting 1, fourth meeting 3 p.m. So between those meetings, you can quickly do these things that I'm sharing with you. So you'll be amazed that in a day, when you plan to have 4 meetings, you're able to have at least up to 8 meetings. And there will definitely be something good coming out of these meetings. Let's even assume nothing comes out of the 8 meetings that day. Please remember that you have 5 days of the week, 8 times 5, 40 opportunities, 40 meetings. So if you do this for a whole week, you'll be amazed that something will definitely come out of it. Nature responds to hustle. What do I mean? Nature rewards you for your input, for your efforts in times as regards getting business like this. So number 5, use your pitch. Use your sales pitch. I've told you before, if you want to craft your sales pitch in record time, your sales pitch can be gotten from your mission statements. The vision statement gives you the strategy, but your mission statement in your organization, if you read it, you'll be amazed that you can get your sales pitch from there. And when you're crafting your sales pitch, you can tweak it to your advantage. How? If you notice that the source of your list are medical professionals, for example, when you get on the phone and you introduce yourself, I say, "Oh, good afternoon. My name is XYZ. I help medical professionals double their business in 60 days. We've done this for these medical professionals or these hospitals or these organizations that are in their profession or that are in their line of business. And we looked at our records and we realized that we haven't done it for you. So can we come in for a meeting with our team and walk you through just in 4 minutes to show you what we've done for other medical professionals?" Now, when you niche your pitch and you mention an industry when you're prospecting, it gives a lot of credibility and it gives strength to your pitch. I've seen cases where people say things like, "Oh, wow, I've never heard anybody who does this for the medical profession. That's based on what you said. I don't mind hearing you out what you've done for the other medical professions and see if we can enjoy that as well. So you can come for a meeting, please." I've seen that happen myself. So please, you want to take advantage of this and make your pitch very specific and niched, which will make it very effective for you to cold call effectively. I'm surprised that our time is fast spent. I will probably have to continue this session tomorrow. So I'm going to make it a 2-part video, making millions through cold calling. If you have any questions about cold calling that you'd like me to address, you can type in the comment section so that tomorrow when I come online, we can discuss this a lot further. But I'm sure if you watch this video again and again, you'll find out that you've learned quite a lot. I've shared quite a lot of things you can do to be able to cold call effectively. So I'm looking forward to seeing you again tomorrow. And if you're watching this video maybe months after we've recorded it, I would encourage you to watch the second part of this video so that you can be able to cold call effectively. Remember to like, remember to subscribe, remember to share with members of your team, get people on your team to join these sessions so that they can listen to these things and know how to cold call effectively and win when they sell. Thank you so much for joining. Do have a great day today.